Hi, 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 hi. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Sorry, I was like I'm very, very late. I was supposed to do this video around 2 o'clock, but because of reasons I could not control, reasons which were beyond my control, I am starting it now. I was out and I didn't go out with my phone and I couldn't go live. I If I had my phone, I would have gone live at 2 o'clock where I was, but it was impossible because I left my phone at home, thinking that I would be home before 2 o'clock. But it was impossible for me to do that. So I came back and I had to do one or two things before I come live. I'm very very sorry about that. Um, just forgive me. So today I wanted to talk about something which is very serious, which is some serious happening in our community. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name's Patricia Mbapendoke. I am streaming to you from Denmark, and to be precise, Ring State. Ring State is like 45 minutes from the capital of Denmark, which is Copenhagen, and it's 39 minutes after 5 o'clock in the evening. So I'm making this video um, um, now. So I wanted to talk about marriages in the diaspora. Marriages in the diaspora. That is one of the area in the diaspora that the devil is attacking seriously. Marriages in the diaspora is, I would say, it's almost failing because um, there are many issues which are affecting marriages in the diaspora that in Africa, back home in Africa, it is it is really a different scenario altogether. So, what is marriage? I would say, from the Bible perspective, marriage is, I would say, it's a covenant given to God, given given by God to us. Marriage is a covenant given by God to us. The covenant is like a man will leave his home and clings to a wife, and they will become one soul, one body, one everything. So that's the covenant. That's the covenant that was a covenant. It's the first covenant in the Bible. In Genesis 2:24, I would say, God says a man will leave his home, clings to a wife, and they'll become one soul, one body, one everything. So I cannot talk about marriage without talking about the foundation of marriage, because when a marriage, firstly, I'm on live video. Go and tell Far go and tell Far to do it. Close the door. Sorry. Um, if I talk about marriage without talking about the foundation of marriage, I think I will not get it right, because if a marriage is built on a wrong foundation, then you can't get it right. You should always know why you are getting married. You should always know why. There are many wrong reasons why people get married nowadays. Some people get married because all their friends are married, so they want to get married. They are under pressure to get married. They just jump into any marriages. I am not, well, first, I will be a disclaimer. I'm not a marriage counselor. Uh, I'm just somebody, I have experienced a failed marriage, like a diasporan failed marriage. So I decided to talk about this because I have my own little experience about it. It might not be all correct, but I think there is something that someone will learn from this. So back to marriage. Marriage was a covenant given by God to us to keep, and it was the first and the most important covenant given by God in the Bible. In Genesis 2:24, God asks a man to leave his house, go to go and get married to a wife, and they stay together as husband and wife. And most times people go wrong in this foundation, most times. And when the foundation is wrongly placed, then there are bound to be problems. For example, take example for a house. Look at the house. If You build a house on a sandy ground, the house is bound to fall, right? It's compared to a house which is built on a solid ground. So what's the solid ground of marriage? First, your marriage to be built on the principles of marriage, the godly principles of marriage. They should be faithfulness. I mean, like, not, it should not be, there should be fidelity, there should be respect, there should be love. Should get married to a woman, not a woman getting married to a man. So most of the times, these diasporan marriages, they're failing maybe because of one wrong foundation, one wrong reasons or the other. Because there are at times, sometimes women living in the diaspora, they feel that, oh, I'm getting too old. My friends are all married. Let me go and marry. They go to Africa, get a boy from Africa, bring here. And the man coming from Africa, he comes with his pride, because in Africa, we know that men are the head of the house. When I say head of the house, they are like African family. It's a patriarchic family, patriarch. It's not like a matriarch where the woman is the head. The man, the patriarch, the man is the head of the house. Like, if the man says yes, it's yes. If the man says no, it's no. We all know about this. For example, my father, who is of blessed memory, may his soul rest in peace, he was married to two wives. And he was like, I came from a patriarch, a family where my father is like the head of the family. Most of us coming from Africa, this is a family setting that we grew from. Like, most of the young boys, men in Africa, that is what they saw. That is what they saw. That is like what their parents showed them. That is how they grow. It's a normal way of life in Africa. It's not something like it's something totally different from where we are living now. For example, when you don't you leave Africa now and come over here, culture shock. It's totally a different thing. Over here, when we talk about marriage, it's like 50-50. There is nothing like 75, 25, or 100, 0, or 80, 20. No. Yeah, it's 50-50. What a man can do, a woman can also do normally. If a man can take care of a child, a woman can take care of a child. A man can go to the kitchen and cook, clean the house and everything. That's how it is here. So put yourself in this issue. When you go, I'll talk about a man now. A man have worked his money, think that this is the right time for me to get married, go down to Africa, go down to Africa, pick up a girl. The girl is coming to Africa from Africa, and she has that mentality from Cameroon, like a woman is should be like there. You know, when I say there, I mean, like, you understand what I'm saying. A man is the patriarch of the house, is the head of the house. And then now the woman comes, maybe the woman have to go through like the integration program, she has to go to school, and then there in school she's meeting other African who have been Europeanized, I would say. They have known the law, they have been educated, their mindset have changed, and then she starts hearing all this. I bet you that when she comes back home at the end of the day, she will not be reasoning the same. She will not be reasoning the same. And when you are that type of man who have complex, when I say complex, you think that, okay, because I bring this woman, I own her like a slave. It's not going to work. That woman will rebel because she has been educated. She knows better. She knows that in this part of the world, we are 50-50. It's not like from where we came from. It's not like in Africa where um, the man is the head of the house. When you say head of the house, people like, you will see, we saw our mothers doing it. They will bring the plates, bring water to wash hand. That this papa is sitting there. They bring the food in front of you, bring water, you wash your hand, they carry the plate. And when papa is coming, everybody's running. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? So that mindset is completely different. Yeah. And a man who is with his complex and with that archaic mindset, they are bound to be problems. Problems because the man will not want to accept that this is a different society and things have to change. Things cannot be the same as it were in Africa, because we are in a totally different environment. And most of times, most of these European countries, women are very protected because they know that women are the weaker sex. So for women not to be misused, mishandled, they many of the laws put in place in this country, they favor the women. They favor the women. So if you like, for example, divorce with a woman, you find that the woman is on the advantage. So with this, with all of this in mind, with all of this in mind, there are men who will not want to accept. But if you accept that, yes, this is a totally different environment, this is totally a different setting, I mean, there is bound to be no problem because you know where you're living and you want to like live according to the society where you are. Also, there is this issue where some women also they abuse that fact because they live in a society where they have heard they came from Africa. They heard that, oh, women are protected, and if you get divorced here, you will get money from the states. They are going to take care of you. You cannot lack. They'll give you a house. So they abuse that aspect, and then they come. They don't want to respect the man. They want to when they start working, maybe working and then get a job which is above what the man is ending, and then now they'll like, I'm working my own money. I can buy my own car. What are you saying? Don't say that to me. No, it's no, you know it's step. Yeah, don't just lock the door. Don't say that to me. Don't. You cannot dictate for me because I'm working my money. That is when the devil now find a fertile ground to come and stay in. So I just talked about respect. When we come here, we have to respect each other. And even though the society we live in, we should not be like consumed by this society. These people, their aspect of marriage from their mothers, great grand, that's how it has been. Us coming here, us coming here new into the, you cannot be consumed by this society, by this society, this way of life. Because I bet you that some men they even take back their women to Africa to go and beat them in Africa because they know that because I cannot beat you here, let me go and beat you in Africa. I know a story where a man took a woman back home, seized her passport, and let her remain in Cameroon with the family because the man in abroad, the man was feeling like he was suffocating. Maybe his hands and legs are tied. He cannot. Maybe he has been pushed to an aspect that he cannot retaliate. So he thought that the level ground, the fertile ground that he can take action is just to take the woman back to Africa and then do what he wants to do and then come back here. Because if you do that here, you end up in prison. You have prison terms and all that. So yeah, culture shock. Culture is totally different. That does not mean that we Africans coming to the diaspora, you consume this culture and then try to forget where you came from, the aspect of life where you came from. And when I say where you came from, not that where you came from, where a man should be like the king in the house. No, there are good things we have to copy, and there are bad things that we have to say, okay, this one I'm keeping aside. We have to like treat each other with respect. There nobody is like the king or the queen, or yeah, we know men, we have to respect them. You know, a man have to love the wife, the woman have to respect the man, right? Also love the man. But we have to like, some people they overdo it, as I would say it. Some people they overdo it because when they come here, they say, "Oh me, nah lie, my man is do so, my man is do so," and sometimes even we listen to the wrong people and take the wrong advice, and then we try to practice them in our home, which it doesn't work. At the end of the day, one person is frustrated, and then the person decides to divorce. The person decides to go their separate way, and then there comes divorce in the African marriage. The next thing I will talk about, which is I would say is the most important thing, is money. Money, like we all know, is the root of all evil. Money is, I would say, it's about 95% cause of divorce between Africans. in the Africans in the diaspora marriages, because when a woman comes here or a man, I'll talk about, because the foundation, the real marriage is a man should leave his house, not the woman leaving to go and get married to the man. So a man should be the one to leave his house. That's what the Bible says. If you tell me that women have left the house and then they are successful, that's your own. But a good foundation, a real foundation, a proper foundation, a man should leave his house. It means that a man will move. They didn't say a woman will leave the house and go and get married. No, a man should leave his house, find a woman, get married to the woman. So when a man leave now and go back to Africa, go and find a sweet, beautiful girl, get married to the girl, and then bring the girl now abroad. Maybe the girl have gone to school, learn in school, and then the girl happen to get a well-paid job, which is maybe more than what the man is earning. Sometimes that it gets into some of us our heads, and then you start thinking, oh, I have money, I can buy whatever I want to buy. You don't have any right to say anything. They go out, come in when they want, start behaving funny, start keeping funny company, and doing buying all what you don't want the man to know anything about your money. Your money is your money. If the man wants to talk, oh, you want like, oh, domestic violence, you start raising your hands. Oh, domestic violence, you start calling 119. Oh, I'm being beaten. Some even lie. So when it happens like that, they are. I mean, nobody will want to stay in that type of relationship, because at the end of the day, if you don't run away complete, maybe you end up in prison. You understand? So money is like the number one root of evil, the root of destruction in destruction of marriages in the diaspora. So I have talked about culture, I've talked about money, and now I'll talk about vision. In marriage, uh, two people have left, maybe they come together as one. So in that marriage, we should have two visions. One, we should have vision for the marriage as a couple, and number two, vision for ourselves. First, I will talk about vision for the marriage. Vision for the marriage, we will like sit down and talk about where we want our marriage to be in the next 15 years. For example, um, what car we want to buy. Maybe we want to buy house or want to keep renting, or how many children we are going to have, where we are going to live, how we are going to live, and all that. This is vision for the married. Like you'll be thinking for the both of you, and then vision for ourselves. Now we'll like come to a compromise. Who will go to school, or if not school, who is working, who is taking care of the child? I'm supporting you while you go to school, get an education. Why maybe you come back, you support me, why me to afford myself. It should not be in that aspect that, oh, okay, let me the woman sit home always supporting the man, pushing the man, and then tomorrow maybe the man is like high up there, a PhD holder, and then the man start looking behind like, master, my woman na illiterate, I no just fit with the woman. And if you find some woman where they like me, with the reason like me, when a educated woman too, because you were not like uh growing yourself, you sat there growing one person, like joining one person to push their vision, and then you forgot your own self. And then now when the person have gone up there and then met people in his caliber, his or her caliber, and then the person, the man, the language now is different. And then you now in the house, maybe it should like he or she will start thinking, masarom I'm marrying some illiterate, if they didn't even go school, and if even carry go party because you know if you talk English and all that. So we should have two visions. Like I said, one vision for the marriage, where you want to see the marriage in the next 5, 10, 15 years. Another vision for yourself, where you want to be in the next 5, 10, 15 years. I mean, like for yourself, not for him, not for her, but for yourself. Both of you, you should have a vision where you sit down and talk about it and come to an agreement. Even like buying things, it should not be at the buying I do one, you to buy that one. Or master, I want to buy me by Lamborghini. You go and buy Toyota. You buy this one, okay? When it means it is like, I would say that's not like a union, it is a competition. There we will say it's a competition. It's not a union of two people who have come together to reason together to become one, as the Bible says. So the next thing I would like to talk about is also the social system abroad. The social system we meet here, because let me take example as Denmark. um Sometimes you hear people saying, oh, single mothers, they are enjoying a lot. If you don't have money, you go to the commune, you take money, they support single mothers. If you have two three children, you can have a lot of money, you can have good money, because the commune will be supporting you. When you stay in a house, they'll pay out for half of your rent. I think that it's only for lazy girls, because if you work in Europe, you will get money and live a good life. If you are under like the state is taking care of you, it's not going to be for free. When I say it's not going to be for free, it means that you cannot do anything. You cannot even buy a house while you are living under the state money, because they only give you money to sustain yourself, feed yourself, maybe buy clothes for the children, or they cannot give you money for a bigger vision. You cannot be under the state and start having a bigger vision. You understand? You are this, I mean, there is a system, and these people, they have, before we came here, they have really calculated, and they have, I mean, everything have been calculated properly, that they see that you cannot be gaining from them. Even if they are giving you a dime, they know that this thing can just be like to this extent, to this. You cannot live a good life. You cannot live a good life. Why will you succumb yourself to taking peanuts when you have hands, food, and you can like live, go to school, get a good job, and earn a good money? Why will you subject yourself to that? So, like I said, I talked about culture. I talked about the vision for yourself and vision for the marriage. The culture shock, differences in culture when you come over here. Sometimes it make people get confused. People get lost in the culture, and then problems start coming. I talk about money, which is like the number one, 95% of destruction, of problems in marriage in abroad. Money. And then I talk about respect. There should be respect. We should respect each other. Each other. Yeah, because if there's no respect, there's bound to be failure. And again, I think when uh before getting married to somebody, I will not lie, it's good to know the person, because sometimes these marriages in the diaspora, sometimes, like I said, because people want to get married as fast as possible, because people think that maybe they are late, their mates, their friends, they have gotten married, they are the people, they are the only one who have not gotten married, so they rush into things, just go, maybe go get, because you see somebody is a man, up here is a boy, you go get married to the person, and then you come, the person came with his own ideas and his own mentality, that he will come and then start bringing you, maybe you had a very good, sweet, beautiful life, and then you bring somebody into your life to come and destroy your life, put it in shackles, put it to destroy it completely, so we have to like, marriage, I would say marriage have to be built on a very solid foundation. If we get married and we build our marriages in a solid foundation, that marriage is bound to grow, that marriage is bound to be fruitful, because even in the Bible, God promised to like bless. He will find a wife. You know, he will find a wife. It's Proverbs 18. If I'm not mistaken, Proverbs 18:22. It says that he who finds a wife finds a good thing. You understand? When you find a wife, means that when you get married, you find a good thing, and then favor starts coming. Favor starts coming in. And when there is no favor, it means that there is a problem somewhere, that you both have to come together, talk about it, and then try to like fix it. Yeah, and if you can't fix it, there are people who are trained, like trained marriage counselors, that you can see, you can talk to, maybe they can help. And lastly, talk to God. God is the Alpha and the finisher of our life, of our faith. There is no problem that you take to Him that is not solved. Take every problem, whatever. I mean, like when you are in that point of your life that you can't reason anymore. I mean, you are like at the end of it that you say, no, this is too much. I can't again. Just remember that, call upon God, and I I am sure, 100% sure, not I think, He will actually and finally give you the solution to every problem, no matter how strong physically, as humans we see it how difficult it is. But when God is in the center of your marriage, if God is in the center, it will bear fruits, and you will get good things. There will be good things as He promised, because God is not man that He lies. Anything that He said, any promise that He made in the Bible, that is made in the Bible, it's fulfilled at the end of the day. If you walk right, He will find a wife, finds a good thing, and you will actually obtain favor from God. So with this, I come to the end of this. Thank you so much for watching. And please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel, the Molady Care Foundation. Help us to grow. And also, we have a page on Facebook, Molady Care Foundation. This is a foundation which is put up by me. It is to encourage and to empower young girls and women, um, like to strive to find their feet on the ground, to support them in their life, because as a girl child, especially in Africa, life is not really easy. So as a foundation, we have blessed, we have opened our three workshops, which are now operational. A dressmaking workshop where people, interested persons, they go and learn how to make dress and learn for free. It's eventually free. Everything is free. You just buy your materials, like going to the farm. You can't go to the farm empty-handed. You have to go with your cutlass, your sharp, and things that you have to use to work. So you just buy your materials, come to the workshop, and learn how to sew. We have trained professionals who are there to teach you, to welcome you, teach you how to sew. We also have a hairdressing salon, where we also have a professional there who teaches people who are interested, all for free. We also have a barbing salon. All this is like to encourage and to empower young girls, because, like I said, living a young girl in Africa, it's not easy, especially when you don't come from that like influential, or I would say rich home. It's very difficult living as a young girl, a young unmarried girl in Africa. So this is something that we've put up to support the community. It is in situated in Pondo Balong. If you're around that vicinity, we have many small villages around there. And as you all know, um, after the breakout of the crisis in Cameroon, life have been more difficult. So if you're around that area, you can just buy your scissors, buy your book, buy your maybe this cardboard paper, and go and learn a trade. Go and learn a trade. After you finish, and you can sew, or we give you a certificate, and then we say, we bless you. You go in to the world, and then maybe find a job or get your own machine and become a madam for yourself, or become a madam for yourself. So that's our only two way we encourage and empower young girls. So if you're around that Moyuka, Pondo, Malende, that area, just hop in. You can send me a message, and then maybe I direct you properly how to do it. And with this, I come to the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Subscribe, send, write down, leave down your comments, positive, negative. They are all welcome. So just help us grow. We are all a work in progress. This is new. It's something that I just started new, and I'm still counting on your support to make it grow to spread the message. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful time in the rest of your day, Sunday, and I know you have a blessed week also. Thank you so much for watching, and remain blessed. Ciao, ciao.